Hi, Coach Crazy Cat. Super blessed and grateful that you're here, and so excited for you that you're claiming your free copy of Awkwardly Beautiful 7 Awkward Steps from Stuck to Your Beautiful Life. The instructions on how to download your ebook are down below. And I'm just going to do a real quick introduction as to what to expect in the introduction. So let's get going. All right, here we go. So in the resource section down below, you'll see a link that will have you download your free copy of the ebook. And it is in Google Drive. So you can access it from your computer, from your laptop, from your tablet, or from your phone at any time. You have free access forever as long as you want to come back and check it out. The links are always going to be on this page, and you always have access, so you can log back in or you can save the link wherever it is easiest for you to do so. In the introduction chapter, there are 3 activities, and the introduction is the start of a 7-step process, the 7 awkward steps, and the 7 awkward steps take you completely from stuck through stuck, which is going to come over and over and over again in your life. If you're like me, you feel stuck a lot. I think I've made it through stuck and I just run into another level of stuck. But I think that's part of the life experience, and we're either growing or we're dying. So I've chosen to no longer be afraid of stuck and to embrace it as something that is making me a better person. And I just want to share all the tips that I'm learning to help other people who are getting stuck and frozen and feeling maybe like you're stuck in a corner or completely frustrated and don't know which way to turn, or you've hit wall after wall and block after block and you're just like, want to throw up your hands and go hide under the covers. I don't know how you handle stuck. There's all kinds of different ways that people handle it. But it's a painful feeling. I've been there a lot and I continue to be there. I was actually just had a big one related to setting up my website, but it is as it is, and these things come along to help us to become a better person. So each step in the process has several activities. The introduction has 3 activities, and I want to tell you a little bit about those now so you know what to expect. The first one is permission to dream. So in the introduction, I really want to help you to give yourself permission to dream again. We're trained to be responsible adults who pay our bills and go to work and take care of everybody, and we put our own life on the back burner. If you've ever said, someday I'm going to, maybe it's spend more time with my family. Someday I'm going to help other people. Someday I'm gonna not feel so stressed. Someday I'm gonna garden. Someday I'm gonna have more time. What is your someday I'm gonna? I want you to really think about that and give yourself permission to dream without thinking about all the whys and the why nots and all the responsible things that the world wants to place on us. I want you to just stop, pause, take a minute, and really give yourself permission to dream again. The second activity is, what is your stuck? So the answer to this may surprise you. Stuck is actually from our own selves, and it's a comfort zone that isn't all that comfortable. I call it stuck jail because the comfort zone's this life we create around ourselves, driven by all the responsibilities that we feel like we need to have. And all of a sudden we wake up and we go, who am I and how did I get here? So I want you to really look at stuck for what it is. And the last one is my favorite. It's someday. What's that like? And I have 3 videos that are optional, but I really do recommend that you listen to them. If you're like me and like a lot of other people that I've met and talked to, someday is a thing that we've put off until some point in the future, maybe retirement, maybe beyond. Someday we're going to live. I want you to really think about if tomorrow was your someday. The light came through the windows. You're just starting to open up your eyes and you realize it's someday. What is your someday like? What would be the perfect day for you? How would you spend your time? Who would you love? Who would get more of your time that isn't getting it now? And who in the world would you help? Who were you created to love? So there you go. There's the 3 activities from the introduction. I can't wait till you hear what you think about it. We will be preparing a writable PDF, and when I do have that, it will come on this page as a bonus. So come back and check out the page periodically. There will be additional bonuses for you that are going to be added as we have them. This is a learning process. I get stuck all the time building a business, so come get stuck with me. It's really fun. Speaking of that, I am the queen of Stuckity Stuck. Here's a little bit about me. 22 years accounting professional. I wanted to be a pilot in the Air Force, but my eyes were not good enough. So I went to do what my family did. I went to Clemson, South Carolina, took engineering, and I was bad. I was really bad at engineering. My grades were so bad. Stinky. So I switched to accounting, and I was better at that. I was really good at it, actually, and had a 22-year career. But after 88 quarters of work emergencies and charts and data that nobody really wanted to watch or listen to because they didn't want to hear the facts. They wanted to see everything look pretty so that we could meet analyst expectations. I realized that it was futile and I was wasting my time. And I was all versions of stuck. I was holding my head, staring at the computer under a pile of paper. I had stickies showing up all the time. Do this, do that, do this, do that. And you're late. This poor lady, I would snooze 5 million times. I've been lost. I've been misdirected. I've hit the walls. I have felt like, have I taken a wrong turn? So what does stuck feel like for you? Can you relate to any of this? Have you been the person staring at the computer? Or maybe you've got too many responsibilities and you feel like you can't get it done. You never take time for yourself. Your self-care is at an all-time low. You're fighting with your family because you can't get along. You don't have time for each other. You feel like you're riding through life on flat tires and you don't know what to do about it. I've been there. If there is a stuck, I have felt it and I still continue to feel it. What I'm learning through this journey is that stuck isn't something to fear. It's there for our learning and for our knowledge. Sometimes it's to tell us we're on the wrong path. Sometimes it's to make us better for what's ahead because there's something even scarier around the corner and we need this stuck so we go through that stuck. So anyway, I'm the queen of Stuckity Stuck. I choose to laugh about it now. Who would have thought that an accountant with 22 years of experience who thought that money could buy me happiness would live in the middle of nowhere next to my amazing grandparents, grandfather Charlie and grandmother Rose. They're almost 90. I adopt all the neighborhood cats. I garden, I farm, and I spend a lot of time in the greatest success book ever written because that book, for those who have not read the Bible or you've heard rumors about what's in there, has absolutely changed my life and given me the peace I was looking for. It's full of wars and battles, and there's alcoholism, and there is lying, and there is adultery. And you just wouldn't believe it. It's not full of perfect people. Nope. It's full of all kinds of realness and rawness and people who love and trust God and know that he can pick them up from whatever depths they're in. So anyway, I recommend you read it if you haven't started already. So this is what the book is going to have. Isn't it gorgeous? I love color. I hope you love color too. Because we're talking about emotions and we're talking about things that we have been buried maybe for years and years and years under layers of stuff. Getting back to color will engage both sides of your brain because you're going to need the right and the left side of the brain to find yourself again. And so it's full of color. So you can print it if you want to, or if you want, you can save time and money and have Amazon Kindle print it for you. I put the link there. So it's free as a downloadable version, or you can pay a little bit of money to Kindle. All the profits from the printed version are going to support my cousin's group, which is called Team Lee, which is Loving Everyone Eternally. And this is my cousin, Ashley. She's an amazing, brave young lady. And this is her adopted son, Emmanuel, who lives in Uganda. And Anyway, I'm going to cry if I talk about it, but she started this group several years ago because she sees a need in Uganda. She's quit her job as a nurse and she's going to be moving there full time as a missionary. And I just love it. This is her, and this sums everything up. Thoughts from Ashley, and we'll try not to cry. Being a missionary or starting a nonprofit organization was never my dream. I always loved helping others, but never felt inclined to lead such an effort. Unknown to me, this was my father's dream and his prayer for 40 years. By God's sovereign choice, I am fulfilling my father's 40-year-old prayer. By God's grace, I am granted this opportunity to serve him through serving others. The road has not been easy, but God's work is not meant to be easy. He put the desire in my heart and thoughts and feelings that were not my own. The decision to follow his lead or stay in the comforts of familiarity was my choice to make. I felt too weak and unprepared to do God's work in Uganda. I feared failing and ridicule, and I did struggle and was rebuked by others. And I am thankful for all the hardships. While Uganda was once absent from my thoughts, Uganda now consumes my dreams and my heart. I am blessed beyond measure. Ashley Fuller. So all the profits from the sales of the book are going to her. It's up to you. Whichever way you want to look at it is fine with me. I just want to let you know that it's an option. So if you don't want to print and we'll let Amazon do it, then click the button. And if not, download. Come back often. I can't wait to hear about your journey, hear how you're doing. And come join the fun. It's going to be a blast. So when you finish this introduction and you're like, wow, I want to know what's next, because you will, then come join us in the 7 awkward steps. It's going to be amazing. And there's separate books for each step and lots and lots and lots of information. This is a work of my heart. Father God took me through a process, and he has really been unlearning a lot of things I learned and helped me learn a lot of new things. And I'm trying to boil it down and really keep it easy for other people who are stuck, because I know how real that feels, to feel like you're painted into a corner and you don't know which way to move to get out. When you paint yourself into a corner, you're like, well, how do I know I'll make better choices next time, right? So if you don't want to be alone and you want to be with an amazing group and teamwork makes the dream work, then click the Journey Through Stuck link and come find out what that's about. And I can't wait to see you, regardless of what you decide to do. And if you would love prayers, please reach out. Send me a message, kat@awkwardlybeautiful.biz, and I'll put the link down below. Send me an email. Let me know how you're doing and if there's anything I can pray with you about. I hope you have a blessed day wherever you are. Bye now.